Today, I want to talk about post-traumatic growth. Post-traumatic growth is the ability to create positive change after stressful, challenging, or traumatic life experiences. As many of you know, Eastern traditions have always viewed suffering as a catalyst for change and growth and even evolution. This has been recently validated by scientific research. A group of psychologists at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte coined the term post-traumatic growth. Their research showed that as many as 89% of survivors report at least one aspect of post-traumatic growth. The post-traumatic growth inventory was then created in 1996 to measure the extent a person will experience growth after a traumatic event. It identified 5 areas that will predict whether post-traumatic growth will happen. The first area is relation to others. Really simply, this is the ability to understand the life experiences of other people. In order to heal from trauma, which often happens within our relationships, we need people who are safe and with whom we can find a sense of belonging. Humans were designed to exist in community. So accepting that we need others and finding healthy relationships where we can relate and feel supported will help heal those wounds. The second area is new possibilities. This is having the confidence to move forward by trying and doing new things. It's the willingness to be uncomfortable and have a beginner's mind, as if you're doing something for the first time, rather than completely shutting down the new things or by avoiding them altogether. Seeing other possibilities or a new way to live allows us to feel more in control of our experiences. This can look like finding a new interest, starting a new career, or taking a small risk in any area of your life. The third area is personal strength. This is the ability to accept reality and the determination to solve the problems around us. This means not getting stuck in perfectionism and allowing ourselves to make mistakes, accepting that life is challenging and that we can do difficult things. The fourth area, spiritual change. This is having a deeper understanding of ourselves, others, and the world around us. Some people would call this a spiritual awakening. It's when we stop going through life on autopilot and we have the ability to self-reflect, to be more authentic, and to fully express ourselves. The fifth area is appreciation for life. This is the ability to create meaning. Interesting research studied people 2 to 5 years into a grieving process, and it showed that coping with grief didn't just involve getting over it and moving on. It involved creating meaning. Those that created meaning in their life were adaptable and had a positive outlook on life. This tells us that when we process and allow ourselves to go through all of the emotions about whatever it was that happened or didn't happen to us, we can actually appreciate ourselves and what we've been through rather than suppressing it or denying that it even happened. The 2 major things that these researchers found to be the most important around post-traumatic growth are 1, adaptability. It is important to understand that adaptability is created through coping strategies. This means that we have the ability to feel stressful and upsetting emotions and to go through stressful and upsetting events in ways that are productive rather than destructive. We can only adapt if we understand our own patterns or reactions, the habitual ways that we deal with stress or upset, and make choices in order to change those habits. The second important thing is social support. When we experience trauma, we feel disconnected, we feel isolated, and many of us struggle to be vulnerable with other people. This is completely understandable because if we didn't feel safe in our relationships, it's going to be really difficult to let people in, really hard to trust them. Remember, social support can come from family, and it can also come from friends, or maybe joining a local group. Understanding the importance of social support in my own healing journey is a huge reason why I started my community-based membership, Self-Healer Circle. For more information, check out the link in the description. For all of us, it is so important to find a person, a group of people that allows us to feel accepted, to feel understood, and where we can simply just express or be ourselves. As humans, we have evolved to grow and to overcome stressful and challenging situations. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for post-traumatic growth. Of course, trauma has very real and devastating impacts in our lives. And it's so empowering to know that our brain is neuroplastic. It can change throughout our lifetime, and our bodies were made to heal. When we overcome adversity, we have more confidence in ourselves. We have more trust in the world around us. We're more resilient, and we have a feeling that we are in control of our lives. If you found this helpful and know anyone that's experienced trauma, send them this information. Post-traumatic growth is a well-researched field. It is so important to have hope in our ability to not only overcome, but to heal from our past. I want to hear from you. Have you grown from your suffering or from your traumatic experiences? Leave it in the comments.